This is my range footage for the October 15th Topton 3-gun match. Check the description below for details of the gear I used. Stage 1, retreat to Culverts.
And hands here?
Yeah, touch it. Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
So in this stage, we actually had to start with the handgun first, and we had a rifle slung. And then I started off on the left-hand side up here, and I shot these targets over here before walking up. There's that thing in the middle. Then there's a play carrier here with 2 no-shoots in the middle, which were kind of tricky. So I shot the first 4 and then made my way around so I can get the ones in the middle. Then from here I had to shoot this activator, which brought that out. Never really liked those over here. Those are always tricky for me. Then the key is we had to retreat, and we had to be careful with the 180 rule because we had one guy disqualified because of it. 3 over here. Then this is the part you have to be careful. Dump the handgun, then we transition over to the rifle. Now I'm using the Tacticam 6.0, it's new, and I have it on the side, and I projected a red dot just to see how it went. So just ignore the red dot, I'm just testing it for this one. And we start over here with 3 targets on the paper targets on the left hand side. 2 shots each as usual, paper targets. Then after we're done with that, we had a few metal targets that we had to shoot. These were kind of tricky because you have to be careful not to hit the no shoot. Then we switched over, ran over to the other side. Then from here we had 3 paper targets on the right side that we had to engage 2 times each. And then we had to go inside the culvert, which I just used the magazine as a bipod. And this is where I had the magnification bleeders on 4 power, which is a little bit too much on here because I shoot these targets and I lost one. I couldn't figure out where it was. So I shot the one a couple times actually. And then I knew I wasn't done, but I just could not find where the other target was. And they kind of hinted me that it was still on top of the berm. I finally engaged it. Lesson learned on this stage was to actually test out the magnification, make sure it's not too high or too low for the stage. Stage 1 results, I was 12th out of the 30th with 64.77 percentage points with a time of 134.96 seconds. Stage 2, rifle spinner.
All right.
Are you ready? Stand by.
So for stage 2, I decided to use the 75 grain ammo because it's the rifle spinner. Now I wanted something heavier. And I actually ran into problems, as you'll see in a few seconds, because it jams because I'm using Aero, which is a little bit too fast for this bullet. And so it wasn't a short stroke. There's some sort of, it just wouldn't feed properly. I don't know if it was a double feed. But by the time I get it out, I'm losing precious seconds here. Finally get it, and I have to shoot at the right target first. And now I go into the spinner. This is where the 75 grain bullets actually came in handy. And the bottom part of the spinner was actually much bigger than the top one. So I didn't even bother wasting my time with the top. I just waited for the second one. And I shot it twice so I can get it over. It went over pretty easily. Some guys were 55 grains were not able to get it. Once I dump it, then I just go right into the handgun. And there's targets on both sides. So I try my best to switch sides back and forth because I don't want to miss anything. Engage everything. And I don't know why I started shooting those targets that were far away. Should have waited till I got a little bit closer, but I still hit them anyway. I come over here, and over here there's a no shoot, so I have to make sure I didn't get that one. Then I just kept making my way up. This is 2 up here, and then the bottom one. And somewhere over here I actually hit the no shoot. I don't know if it was this side or if it was on the other side. I finish up over here with these metal ones, and then I finish up with these 2 paper targets, and this is where I believe I got the no shoot. So it was a good idea to use the 75 grains for this. But what I gotta do is I gotta stop using air comp with the heavy bullets. Stage 2 results, 14th out of 30th place with 50.98 percentage points and a time of 110.27 seconds. Stage 3, jungle run.
Are you ready?
Ready?
Stand by.
So on this stage called the jungle run, we started with the handgun. We had one target out here. We had to shoot it 2 times. It took me 4 shots. And we had to carry our rifle, so we had to have it slung. Then we go right here into the woods. We had targets on left and right side. I start with the ones on the right. Took those 4 out. And then I go over here. There's a bunch on the left-hand side. The barrel kind of got in the way a little bit, so you had to make sure you get the ones over here on the left side. And this one, it was accidentally placed a little bit on the side, so I'm having a hard time hitting it because it's literally almost like facing sideways. As I'm running up to the top portion up here, I do a mag change because I ran out from before. And I start engaging these targets on the left-hand side. And I just take all these out right here. And unlike last time we did the jungle run, I actually did miss too many of these. I was just trying to shoot as fast as I could without missing. Dump it right in the barrel, and then transition over to the rifle. Now this part, we were supposed to shoot from the right to left, which is big to smaller. And the first 2 shots, I actually took shots at the left one, which wouldn't have counted anyway, and I missed. Then finally I remembered, and I start to the right, where I start engaging. This little one over here was kind of giving me a hard time, but I was finally able to hit it, and then we continued from left to right. So in this stage, I actually didn't miss too much, but I'm still a little bit slow with my movement and with my shooting. Until I do that, I'm not going to keep up with the other guys. Stage 3 results, 16th out of 30th place with 54.33 percentage points and a time of 84.63 seconds. Stage 4, 100-yard stage. So in this stage, I forgot to turn my Insta360 camera on, so you're just going to get the Tacticam video. We had to start 1 shot from the bottom of the culvert, and then we had to hit another one from the middle. Once I hit that one, then I went up to the top, and this is where I shot the rest. So we had to engage it from 3 of the positions, but it was no specific order or no specific hits. It was just, so what most people did is 1 hit from the bottom, 1 hit from the middle, and then 8 shots from the top. Makes it easier. After this part, we dumped in the barrel, and then we moved over to the left side, and there was some metal targets, and then we moved over to the right side and did the same thing. The targets on the right side is what really gave me a hard time, and I missed way too much. Stage 4 results, 16th out of 30th position, 46.40 percentage points, and a time of 112.63 seconds. Stage 5, 200-yard stage.
Are you ready? Stand by.
So this stage was the hardest one for me, which shouldn't have been because this is 200 yards away, and this is what I usually do good at. And we had to shoot from the table with no support. We had to put the magazine as a bipod, or as a magpod, whatever you want to call it. First target I hit, and then the second one was very small, and I could not hit it. I kept hitting all over the place, and actually at one point started shooting left, right, and down to see if I can find a spot. And I actually discovered that for some reason we were shooting very low, even though this is a 200 yards. With a 100-yard zero, it's not that low, but actually it was much lower. It felt like it was shooting at 300 or 350 yards. Once I figured that out, the next one became a little bit easier. And I was actually able to hit it, and then we move over to the other table, and we had to do the same thing. Again, for some reason, it was just a lot of us that shoot the other competitions were shooting long range. A lot of us had a hard time because it was shooting low, and somebody said that it was due to the when you use the magazine as a magpod, it throws it off. It shoots a little bit lower. I don't see how it happens, but it's hard to explain why I was having a hard time. So finally I cleared the stage. I'm sorry. This is where I actually have to do a magazine change. then I finally finish up the rest of the targets. There's only 5 targets that we go from left to right. Finally cleared it, dumped it. Then we had to run up here, and there was 2 targets, one close, one a little bit further out. They're actually both pretty far, actually. We had to get 2 hits. First one was easier, the second one I missed a couple times, but I finally got it. So this stage should have been very easy for me, but for whatever reason, I had a hard time at 200 yards, and that set me back a little bit because I should have done real well on this. Stage 5 results, I was 9th out of 30th place, 43.30 percentage points, with a time of 107.64 seconds. Match results, I was 15th out of 30th in a 2-gun division, with 52.98 percentage points, with total match points of 259.78. Overall, I love this match. I'm beginning to like these 2-gun competitions. I had a great bunch of guys that were in my squad. Just definitely a little bit disappointed because I finished 3rd last time, and this time I finished 15th place. So for next time I do another one of these matches, I just have to learn from the mistakes that I made this time, such as, you know, before each stage, what I'm going to do from now on is make sure the illumination is good on my handgun, the magnification is set up properly, not too much, not too high, not too low, and I just have to keep on getting faster, not just my shooting, but also my movement. Please like, share, and subscribe. I got a few more videos coming up before the end of the year.